What's up everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Today we are just going to jump straight into the topic because it's kind of a long one, and this is a question I kind of get asked a good bit, mainly because I've built a lot of computers and I work in the tech field, and just a whole mess of jumbled up stuff that I get asked because of this. So the big question that we're going to go over today is, should you get a pre-built computer or should you build your own? So over the past 5 to 10 years, I have built roughly 10 computers, custom builds for various friends and multiple ones for myself. I've been a very big advocate for build your own, order your own parts, and just do it. It's fun, you'll save money, and the experience you get is amazing. But over the past about maybe 3 years, a lot has really changed in the online marketplace in regards to pre-built computers. And I'd have to honestly say nowadays I would probably encourage people to go for a pre-built computer. The reason that a lot has changed is a lot of retailers are now offering pre-built computers at equivalent or a little bit raised up price from what you can order all your parts in and build a computer. A big reason for this is just competition in general. These retailers want to make money, and if they're losing money because you're building a computer because it's cheaper, they're going to lower theirs. And parts have come a long way in terms of being cheap and stuff like that, and just retailers see that and they understand. Computers aren't really hard to build nowadays. It's a lot of just plug and play. And retailers understand that it's, any 10-year-old can go out and build a computer nowadays, so they don't need to charge the almost $2 to $3 grand for a computer that should only cost you maybe about $1,000, maybe $1,500, So you've seen a lot of these retailers reduce their prices. Also a lot of competition in the retailer market. There was a lot of websites popping up that were offering pre-builts and stuff like that. A lot of them have been gone out of business, shut down because of this competition, which is always good. Competition is amazing if you're in any sort of retail type market. Competition is the best thing for the consumer. So yeah, that's what's affected the price point in this. A lot of the times for these sites as well, you can pick your own parts and they will just assemble it and ship it out to you, which is even nicer. So you know exactly what's going into your computer already. So let's get down into the original question here, and that is, overall, should you still get the custom build? Should you order all your parts and assemble it yourself? Or should you go to a online retailer, my personal one being Asus? I say Asus, but a lot of people say it's Asus. So I'll just say Asus for this video, but in future videos I might say Asus, and that's just how I say it. So my personal one being Asus, I would definitely go with. But yeah, overall, should you get the pre-built or should you get the custom built? And honestly, I'd have to say I've been a really big advocator the past year, almost 2 years now, of doing the pre-built computer. This might just be because I'm tired of building computers. I don't know. I just, I don't like, it's not as appealing to me anymore. But we're gonna go from the standpoint of price, risk, and I guess warranty? Yeah, I guess we'll go with warranty for the last one. Price, risk, and warranty. Okay. So the price point difference between a custom build and a pre-built computer is depending on what you get. Let's say basic gaming computer here. You can build a gaming computer for a price point of around $1,000. It will run everything on Ultra. It'll run great. $1,000, and that's discount shopping like I normally do. I don't buy the most expensive LED tripped out RGB keyboard and stuff like that computer. I'm gonna save money and go with that the cheap looking motherboard, the RAM that works and stuff like that. A nice graphics card obviously, but I don't need the liquid cooling or anything like that. So standard gaming computer, probably gonna run you about $1,200 to $1,500 if you get a little fancy. All right, and you can get a pre-built computer now for the same thing, you can get it for roughly $1,700, so $1,700. So $200 difference. Let's say you take out the assembly and the warranty, and if you don't get a warranty on anything that's over $500, I personally think you're dumb. But that's just my opinion on that one. So take out the warranty and assembly. Right there is about $200, and I'm gonna explain why. So when you build a computer, when you get that custom build and you're assembling it, you run the risk of shocking your computer, you run the risk of snapping the motherboard, you run the risk of like breaking any of the pieces you just ordered. And if that happens, which guaranteed it will, I've had it happen. I've shocked at least 2 motherboards now in my 10 computer builds, which isn't a lot, but you now have to rebuy that same piece. You just doubled that cost. So if you buy a $100 motherboard, you just bought a $200 motherboard if it breaks. Now it's a big if, but what if you could just eliminate that altogether? By eliminating that, I mean the assembly cost. I'm paying the retailer to build my computer, and that's the assembly cost. If they break something, like let's say they break the motherboard or shock it, they replace it. I don't pay anything extra for that second motherboard they now have to use for that computer. They do. I've already paid them the money. There's no increase in price if they break something. That's on them. So right there, you're saving, depending on the piece, it's about $100, let's say, for, a broken motherboard, because that's the most common thing people shock is the motherboard. So you're saving yourself around $100 right there, easy, if something happens. And like I said, that's a big if. It doesn't happen a lot. It's very rare that your motherboard will get shocked, but it does happen. Why not eliminate that altogether? The next thing would be the warranty, and this is really the big one for me. A lot of people who do custom builds, stuff does happen to your computer. You get viruses, it just stops working, stuff slows down, hard drive failures, everything can happen on any type of computer. The difference between that custom build and that pre-built, the pre-built I can send it back to Asus and have them either repaired or send me a new one. The custom build, well, you're shit out of luck. You have to replace and troubleshoot and fix whatever happened if you can find it. And if you can't, you now have to buy another computer. Meanwhile, I bought that 2-year warranty with renewal options and up to 4 years or whatever, and I can just send it back to them. Even if it's slow, if I think the computer is running slow, I can send it back to them and have them take a look at it for free. I'm out of a computer for a few days, but that's fine because I get it repaired for free, under the warranty. That's just, that sounds amazing. You can't do that with a custom build. I can't blame anyone but myself if my custom build goes. I will say, that as much as I am advocating pre-built computers here, right now, I do think if you have never built a computer before, I definitely think you should go for a cheaper side and build one yourself. It doesn't have to be a fancy, top-notch computer, but you should definitely build one yourself. It's a great experience, especially if you're going for a career in tech. Any position in tech, it's always good to know the parts of a computer and know drivers and installation paths and stuff like that, and just know how the computer parts work together and assemble and everything like that. It's very simple. Like I said, there's very little risk of something happening. The only reason I like the assembled by a retailer is you can blame them if something doesn't work. You save yourself the money of having to rebuy a part. And I have had that happen. I've had to rebuy parts for computers that I built for myself and friends. So it does suck, especially if I'm building it for a friend and a part breaks. They are the ones that have to buy a new one unless I'm feeling generous and I'm like, I'll buy the part because I broke it, which doesn't usually happen if I'm doing it for a friend. So anyway, guys, that's going to be today's video. I hope it was kind of help you if you're on the fence of whether you want to buy a pre-built or a custom. I hope this kind of helps you out. Whether you go with what my opinion is or have a differing opinion, that's great. But feel free to leave any comments down below on this topic that you may have. In general, you might want to just say hi to me. That's fine. Feel free to hit that like button if you found this video to be somewhat informative and enjoyable. And hit that subscribe button because I have another video I'm going to try to post tomorrow, which will be, I think, Friday, about if you should go gaming laptop or desktop laptop, gaming laptop or desktop computer, which I think you guys will be a little surprised by this option, but we'll see. So tune in for Friday's video on that. So have a good day, keep being awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.